Hi everyone, this is Natraj. I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to talk about that Okta authentication in Hashicorp Vault with the OpenID Connect using Terraform. This is a part 1 video. As you see on this picture, Hashicorp Vault support the multiple authentication method. So this authentication method comes with that bundle. You can enable the multiple authentication method at the same time. So basically the main purpose of authentication is obtain the token from the vault and read the secrets. So the vault is provide us that wide range of authentication method. The important part is the decisions of that right authentication method you can choose for your organization. These are the basic questions you can easily to specify your requirement. Will be see one by one. The first one is that who will be access to that vault. So there is a couple of kind of user is available. First one is the internal user, another one is the external user. If your organization okay with internal user, so in this case you can choose that user pass auth method, allow to the user to authentication with the vault using that username password combination. In this method you cannot able to read that username password from the external source. So this is one of the major drawback in this case. For external user you can choose with LDAP auth method, so you can able to authentication with the using existing LDAP. Next one is that what is a common authentication method that currently used by the user. So most of the organization they can use it for some common LDAP or Azure Active Directory, some kind of authentication they'll be used. So in this case we have to choose with a similar thing. Otherwise what will happen, the single sign-on will be differ or unnecessarily will be creating that complicated things. So you have to make sure about that the same authentication method we can use for the all the applications. Next one is that what is the client types. You have to know about that whom need to provide the access, whether you have human or application or machine. So based on that you have to take the decision. What is the Okta? Okta is an identity management service. So any user can connect with any application from any device using the Okta. Okta is offering the 30 days free trial with the enterprise grade identity management service. As a part of the free trial, you can get this universal directory, lifecycle management, MFA and single sign-on. How you will create that Okta free account? If you don't have that Okta free account, you can sign up with that developer editions from that Okta website. That one of the major advantages here, we don't need to pass any credit card information. That is the major things. In my case, I'm already created that Okta account. So just you have to pass your personal email ID for the developer free editions. So I'm moving to my Chrome browser. I can show that what are the functionality feature is available in Okta dashboard. You can see things once you can create the account. No, they will be provided with that some unique domain ID. So each account having some unique domain ID. So based on that you have to log in with the username and the password. So also you can here will be listed your trial editions, that number, how many days will be left here. Yeah, you can see here this is a list of option is available. So we can see later in this our video. I'm moving to my Terraform visual source code. The entire Okta code is available on my GitHub repo. If you want, you can check it out. I provide that link in my descriptions. So first I'll go into that requirement.profile.tf file. So the provider requirements are declared in that required underscore provider block. So it be mainly used for controlling the version. Some case they have beta and alpha, so that you can have to provide the proper version. In my case I provided with 4.3. It be that downloading that version. Yeah, the next resource is provider Okta. So in this particular resource mainly used for to interacting with the Okta resource. So in my case I'm already created the Okta account. So during the Okta account creations they'll ask for the organization's names, and you can see a thing earlier there is a unique domain name will be provided. No, that URL we have to pass. Also they provided with the root API tokens. I'm passing that one. Once you can pass, then only we can able to interacting with that Okta account. Then I'm moving to that okta.main.tf file. So in this file the first resource is that Okta underscore group. So we'll assume that you are already having some bunch of user. So those user are going to authorize to the vault using the token policy and role. So this is a good idea to create that Okta group, and in my case I am creating with Okta group vault admin. So next to resource is that Okta underscore user. So in my case I created some dummy user. So you can see here during that creation of user, you have to pass that email ID and last name and the password, so that the user will be created. But real time scenario, the user is already existing in environment. Just for this testing purpose, I am creating that one dummy user here. Next resource is that is a time underscore sleep. So here I am used to wait for the resource to be ready. I can tell you about what is the reason I provided these things. Next resource is that data block. So this data block mainly used for retrieving the list of user from the Okta. So whichever I created the dummy user, I'm creating here. You can see a thing I dependent add that time underscore sleep, because what will happen once you can create that user in the Okta, it will take some time to reflect actually. So that was the reason only I'm using that time underscore sleep resource, so that it be that 4 seconds you'll be sleeping on in between. Then if you does not persevere this time underscore sleep, you will definitely will get that user is not available, some type of error will get actually. If you want to overcome, you have to persevere with that time underscore sleep resource. The next resource is Okta underscore group underscore memberships. So this resource mainly used for that generally the users or multiple teams, they added to that multiple group members also. So in this case, if you want to create the relationship between the each user and each groups, so we have to create this particular resource. So next resource is Okta underscore app underscore Auth. This resource allow to create and configuring an OIDC application. You can see, I think these are the grant types, these are basically we required. And the main thing we have to know about the redaction underscore URL. My case, my vault is running on with the domains. I provided my domain name along with the callback IP. You have to specify like that. So next resource is Okta underscore app group underscore assessment. So this group mainly used for assigning the group to that OIDC applications. Next resource is that Okta underscore app OAuth API underscore scope. This resource allow to that grant the API scope for that Okta applications. You have to provide your Okta domain URL. In my case, it be trial-97711177. So you have to provide. Also in the scopes, I provide with the group here. Next data resource. So by default, no, whenever you created that in Okta account, it becomes with the default. So I am using the default things only. Next resource is Okta auth underscore server claim. So the particular resource mainly used to that add the claim to that authorizations of the server and to the group. I can show that variable things. So in this variable, we have to provide that base URL, organization name. In my case, it be generated with unique trial-987111777. Also, I provide the API token. The API token will be generated with the unique for each account. So I provide with the secret alt2.tf war files, this one. So I'm moving to the terminal. I'm going to execute that entire operations. I'm at that CLI terminal. So I'm going to that corresponding the folder. So already I cloned the repo. So I am directly going to executing the Terraform apply command, because planned and init already I did already. Yeah, it be showing that 8 resource. You can say the thing the user is going to add group memberships. So whatever we are seeing in that our Terraform code, that those resource is going to add here. So I can provide the yes. Yeah, that Terraform operation is successfully completed. So we will be going back to that our Okta GUI. So right now I am at that Okta web page. I am directly can click the directory here. So under the directory I click that people. Yeah, you can see a thing, the Raj ROM is created. Also we can check that groups. Yeah, you can see a thing, Okta group vault admin is created. Also I'm added the one people for one applications. You can click that application part. Under the application I can click it here. So you can see a thing that vault underscore OIDC. So this is the we are created. Just I'm clicking it this. Yeah, the page is loaded. So now you can see a thing sign on. Yeah, so the sign on, you can see a thing, some basic information here. So yeah, assessment also I'm adding that my user Rajram. Okta API scope also I'm added that some of the things. Yeah, you can see a thing, I'm granted that two things. Yeah, you can see a thing here. So Okta group dot read, also other one. Yeah, that Okta user dot read itself. So both are will be reflected. The part video we'll going to see on enabling the OIDC auth method and creating that vault policy for different capabilities. I hope this video will be useful to everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye.